What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Awakening World. Happy Saturday night to you. A big hello to all of the people watching on Facebook and YouTube. Hello to those of you watching the recording. And of course, appreciation for those of you that are live in our Zoom room right now. Tonight's show is a beautiful theme. It's all about birthing a new world. And it's kind of a double entendre because we're going to be meeting several women that are involved in the business of conscious birthing. But we also are going to be talking about the bigger picture. And before we meet our presenters, we're going to go straight to some music. Omar Shah is still in England. He will be back with us on Wednesday night. But we are blessed to have one of our all-time favorite musical artists with us tonight to provide us not one, not two, but three beautiful musical offerings, as well as to share her ideas about birthing a new world. And I am, of course, talking about the lovely Tatiana Speed. Hello, Tatiana.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Such a joy to be here with all of you back on this show that feels like home. Yeah, really excited to see what Marley and these amazing speakers bring to us tonight.
Yeah, and a lot of us saw you recently on Catapult. And, it's wonderful how all the different worlds are merging. And before you play your first song, I want to start right off with asking you the question. What is birthing this new world, this, if you wish to call it this awakening world, what does that look like for you?
I feel very strongly this call to the heart, and actually the song I'm going to play first is called We're Ready to Walk on This Earth with Love. And I feel that the new consciousness, the new paradigm is really emerging from the heart, coming down from the mind into the heart space where we can feel each other's humanity, where we can meet and hold all aspects of ourselves in this field of love. And that field itself is transformational, it's alchemical, it's revolutionary actually to live and walk on this earth with a heart-centered consciousness and presence. I actually have been really loving returning to kind of the original teachings of Christ and Mary Magdalene and just that it feels like a powerful, radical approach to living as love that I feel when I connect to those sages. And so birthing a new world, I feel like it's birthing from the heart and what we can co-create when we make that shift to our heart center. And I feel practically, how does that relate to how we love and connect to ourselves, how we love and connect to each other, how we treat the earth and how we come into co-creation between the masculine and the feminine.
Beautiful. What's one, since you brought up, kind of your understanding or working with the original teachings of Yeshua, what's an example of something that you're working with that would fit into birthing a new world?
Can you say a bit more? Like, what's a specific teaching or?
Yeah. I mean, it grabbed my attention that you're inspired by what I think you said, the original teachings.
Okay, yeah. I mean, just kind of piecing apart the distortion that's been over the past 2,000 years that have really corrupted and disconnected us from the original teaching of love that he taught and that Mary taught. And I've been going back into kind of ancient Gnostic texts and the Gnostic Gospels and just hearing the most pure kind of words that he spoke coming through those texts. And it's all just the most powerful love, that's totally flying in the face of institutional hierarchies and the power structures that were at that time. It feels like a radical way of approaching our humanity, I guess, if that makes sense.
Beautiful. Well, that's a wonderful start. And already in the comments, Dr. Loris has beautifully said, Tatiana Tiara writes, Reverend Resonance, yes. Desiree writes, I love this. And Reverend Jeffrey reminds us all about the Levolution and 0 Point Unlimited Energy as part of birthing a new world. So, and a reminder to all of the people in our Zoom room to put into the chat box your thoughts, your responses to what Tatiana and our other presenters say, and your thoughts about birthing a new world.
Should I sing a song?
I would love that.
Yeah, my theme right now is love. I don't know. I can't. That's just where I'm coming from right these days.
That's the best place to be coming from, Tatiana.
So this song actually, Scott, I don't know if you remember, but it came through on your show. I was sort of singing one song and then I veered off. And this song kind of came through randomly. And I just can't stop playing it now. And it's a chant, so it's really, really simple and it repeats. So maybe what we could do is, once I've sung it through a couple times, we can kind of all sing it together and just build the field of love for Marley and her empowered group of women to take it away. So, so it goes. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth in love. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth in love. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. we're Care Bears. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but kind of like the glowing heart coming through, and we can just beam everyone on this call. We can find a face in the room and just see all these dear, beautiful, sweet human souls. We are so precious. Just find a face. How precious are we in our messy, fallible human lives, but with such earnest intentions here. So just beaming, finding someone to beam. And then we can also beam this out into our planet, to the earth, plants, the animals. Straight back to source. And then we'll sing it one more time. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth in love. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth in love. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Our hearts are open, receiving. We surrender into the arms of love. Our hearts are open, receiving. We surrender into the arms of love.
Let's go to gallery view and give her some really beautiful twinkles and some beautiful love.
Aw.
That's so beautiful. All the little hearts are flying. And, Tatiana is going to be with us throughout the evening, but just want to let everybody know that you can find all things Tatiana on her website, which is her name, TatianaSpeed.com. TatianaSpeed.com. And
I have a
definitely.
new women's circle coming up, actually, December 6th, if anyone's interested.
Oh, where should I click?
If you go down, or the Oasis Women's Circle, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, while we're on it, tell us a little bit about this circle. And it's online, of course.
Yeah, it's online. It's Sundays from 10 to 12 Pacific. And it's really a chance to go deeply inward into the womb, the yin space of winter. We're going to be really supporting each woman's body to regulate her nervous system, come home to her body, really replenish our adrenals through nutritional and herbal support, and just receive the field of sisterhood. I've been leading these circles for quite a few years now, and there's something so deeply healing about gathering as women, sharing what's true, what's real for us, and resting in the yin, the nourishing yin. It's really a deep descent into the body, into the earth, into the winter portal. Mm-hmm.
And again, it starts on Sunday, December 7th, and it's every Sunday from 10 a.m. till 12 noon Pacific time for, looks like 6 weeks.
7. It should be 7, yeah.
7 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much, Tatiana. You know, it's kind of fun. I'm going to keep you up while I bring up Marley for a moment. As most of our regulars know, there's a wonderful synergy group that's connected with the evolutionary leaders. And Marley and Tatiana were two of the core founding members. And really, both of you always give me hope and inspiration
Mm,
because you are both wonderful examples of new leaders, next generation leaders for an awakening world. So it's wonderful having both of you on the show together. And tonight, Tatiana, we get to meet some of Marley's colleagues.
I know, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's been such a gift to get to know you, Marley, to be in this circle together, to feel your genius. You bring so much wisdom and depth and power too, like the energy and the mobilizing way that you actually take action on the things that you're passionate about. I've been so in awe of you. And yeah, I feel like you're a leader. You're just a really strong leader, and it's really amazing to witness
Oh,
all that you're sharing in the
wow.
world.
Thank you so much. I'm like actually a little bit teary right now listening to your beautiful song. And I'm
Mm,
so incredibly happy that you're here because I see you as part of this mandala of the divine feminine and divine
mm,
feminine leadership. And I appreciate the way that you consistently show up in that softness and
mm,
your softness and your beauty that you really bring through your music and bring through your storytelling is an invitation for us to slow down
mm.
and remember and
Mm,
feel those parts of ourselves that we don't
mm,
necessarily get a chance to touch that often. And
mm,
I'm so happy to see that you're hosting women's circles because having just come out of hosting a 5-hour women's ceremony today
mhm,
for the voice and for what we're going to talk about tonight and the breakthroughs again and again and again. We do this when we come together, and I can see and feel and have experienced through you your ability to hold that
mm,
space. So thank you so much
mm.
for sharing your love and your song, your
Yay.
mantra.
Oh, so sweet. Yay.
Yeah.
Scott, you bring in the beauty, the beautiful souls. I've like met such incredible people through you, Scott, and I'm so excited to meet these women, Marley, you've gathered.
Mm. That
Yeah.
really is the purpose of the show, is inspiration. There's a lot of things that the mainstream media wants to scare us with and all that, but there's so much beauty in the world. There's so much reason
Mm,
for hope and inspiration, and that's what the show is dedicated to. And both of you, as I say, are two of my most inspiring people that I've gotten to know over the years. So it's lovely to have you with us. Mm. For anybody who doesn't know Marley, she is certainly a most eclectic Renaissance woman. She's worked in the corporate world. She has studied psychology, neuroscience. She's an entrepreneur. She works a lot with innovators and change makers. She travels around the world. She's really always doing something fascinating, and I can't always keep up with all of the different things that she's doing. Um, but I really am glad that we're doing the show together tonight. And
Mhm.
so, same question, Marley, for you. What does birthing a new world mean? What is that? How's that showing up in your life at this time?
Oh wow, yeah. Thank you, Scott. Thanks for bringing us all together. I really love being with the community here on this call and reading the chat and sharing our stories together. I know that we're all like these beautiful reflections of one another, and there's a lot of genius in this room. There's a lot of creativity, and we're all coming at it from such unique angles. And I think that's what I'm really excited about is more more diversity while having more inclusion. And what that looks like is for me right now, what I'm putting my energy and attention into is feminine leadership, but not just like any old feminine leadership, divine feminine leadership. And the way that Tatiana just opened up our call is such an exquisite example of what divine feminine leadership looks like. It's an invitation, it's an ability to hold space, it's an acknowledgement of everything in the field, right? And so when we look at divine feminine leadership, there's no one way, there's no right way. and we're not moving towards an end game, right? So what does a new world look like? Well, a new world is our present moment, and a new world is our present moment's choice to become renewed ourselves. And our ability to be in touch with our body, our ability to feel as an authority over our voice and over our aspirations is our ability to be consistently in the moment, renewing and birthing a new world. And so we have some really incredible songstresses on this call. Tatiana opened for us, but all of these women that come in tonight, I don't know, Maria, if you sing. I'm sure you have a singing voice inside of you, but Emily and Noelani, like, wow, we love to sing together and we get to do so in Hawaii. And if we're so blessed to have a little pop in from Destiny tonight, she's another songstress. And all of these women, I thought of each and every one of us that are here tonight because we're living with a sense of purpose and we're living with a sense of connection, and that feminine leadership that comes from the heart that overflows comes from the place that is working with other people and supporting other people and listening to other people, healing their bodies. I'm just so excited for everybody tonight to meet our guests. For me, birthing a new world is feminine leadership, not in the way of dismantling men. Men are right here with it, and men have their feminine aspects as well, but feminine leadership means listening. Feminine leadership means being aware of the entire ecosystem's needs. It means opening up and returning to our subtle sensibilities, to our intuitive capabilities, and to our heart's longing to come into harmony. Everybody wants to feel loved, respected, heard, and understood. We have so much more in common than we do not. But because of our culture and our society and our programming, there are things that keep telling us that we don't have anything in common, right? And it's just not true. We all have a beating heart. We all breathe air. We all eat food. We all need the sun. We all need the moon. And we have so much to share with one another. And so when you can really switch your perspective there and start to see yourself in another, and you embody that and you respond that way, you start to feel safe. And safety and inclusion is the key to unlocking harmonious and peaceful environments, starting with yourself, starting with feeling safe in your body. And that's why we're talking about pelvic health tonight, right? That's why we're talking about unlocking the voice. That's why we're talking about overcoming and neutralizing our birthing experiences. And whenever a person can feel wholly safe and accept themselves and love themselves, then they can move freely through the world. And if we had an entire population of people who really knew themselves, who deeply loved and accepted themselves and cared for themselves, they would do unto others as they do unto themselves. And so this is why it's so important for us to go into the crevices of the body. This is when shadow work gets to be really juicy and really fun, because we get to explore what is living on through us through our ancestry. What is the cultural societal programming, the religious dogma that we've had to see ourselves through, and how can we let go of the baggage of the past? How can we let go of the anxiety and expectations of the future and just learn how to renew ourselves again and again and again, to be a conduit of reciprocity within our present moment? So really, that's what I mean when I say divine feminine leadership is leading from the heart and being in that space of overflowing where there is safety, there is knowing, there is intuition, and we're able to make radical global changes, not by going to war, but by sitting in prayer and sitting in meditation. And so for me, continuous learning has been a key to unlock the new world in my own life. There's a cute quote by Dr. Seuss that says, "Oh, the places you will go based off the stories that you read." I don't have it memorized, but he's essentially saying when you read, when you fill your mind with context, that becomes your waking reality. And I was so blessed to have a librarian as my mother growing up, and she fed us books like vegetables. And as I grew up, I just kept that going. And I noticed if I study about regenerative solutions, I end up living on an eco village. And that's how I got to meet Emily. If I go to India and I study music, I start singing. And that's how I get to connect with Noelani over music. If I come into the sovereignty movement, I realized I can open my own church to advocate for the planet Earth through art, music, and activism. I get to meet people through the evolutionary leaders like Tatiana and you, Scott, right? And so this is just this beautiful mandala. And whenever we show up as who we really are, even if it doesn't fit into societal norms, our mandala begins to reflect who and what we really are. And we get to gracefully raise our aspirations and our creative gifts. And this is authentic living. And this is what I love to help people do. So tonight, I have just brought together beautiful souls, really beautiful souls. And each one of them is, I can personally say, is showing up in service to their truth and really making an impact in their environment. And that's what I'd love to share tonight. So thank you for the space to bring that vision to life with you all.
Thank you so much. And a lot of comments already coming into the chat box from people really resonating and appreciating what you're saying. And there's one comment that I want to read that is really true. This is from Susan Woolridge. She writes, I'm noticing the new collaborative spirit in these young leaders. No sense of competition, all pure love and support of each other. That is the new divine feminine model. And so very well put, Susan. Absolutely.
Yeah, why wouldn't we want to help each other? You have a goal, I have the same goal. Let's do it together. Right? Like one of my friends, she's an incredible serial entrepreneur, and she just like last year she was just like hard knocks, Marley. Nobody's doing anything alone anymore. Like you're actually just it's just not succeeding. You really need a network. And so I see a community like this, providing those opportunities for us to identify and find one another and reach out when it feels right and it's aligned.
Absolutely. Well, who is the first guest you would like for me to bring up on camera with you?
Yeah. You know what? Thank you so much. I think it would be really wonderful to start with uh, Maria. Maria is tapping deeply into the heart of what we all have in common. And she said so beautifully last night, and I'll let you fill in the whole context. But I was like, what is the purpose? Like, why are you making this incredible documentary that she's about to show us a clip of? Like, what, how would you put so much of you into this? And she said, because I want us to understand what we all have in common. And if we really realize what we have in common is motherhood, we come from mothers, we are mothers, we have mothers, then maybe we can start to come together for that and find that we have more in common than we have apart. And you said one more piece, if you don't mind me sharing, Maria, is it okay?
Yeah.
You have so much brilliance, but like she said one more piece after that, and I was like, okay, so if we all come together, then what? And she's like, there's more than half a population of women out there. If all the women come together, what are we gonna do? We're gonna rise up. We're gonna make some changes. If all the women come together, what can't we do? And it just got me thinking today, Maria, in this workshop, watching these powerful women take off all of their masks. We're all in that place together. What can't we do when we come together, and why haven't we? Why haven't women come together yet and risen up and made the changes? So, thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you so much for pouring your heart into this, and I can't wait to hear you share all about your vision for the new world.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Marley. I really appreciate it. And hello everyone, and thank you for having me. It's an honor to be in the same energetic space as all of you. My name is Maria. I live in North Hawaii Island with my partner and our son. And I'm offered tonight, I'm with deep gratitude, I'm making my offer of my work and film for you all. I have a garden. I have a load of animals. I have a son. I have a partner. I run our homestead. I teach documentary filmmaking to high school students and oral histories of local kupuna. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the word kupuna, it is our elders. It's a Hawaiian word for our elders. My current film work is entitled Mama, and it's a film about the journey of motherhood. I'm interested in exploring, as Marley said, finding where we're all similar as mothers and how we can learn from each other's differences. And in learning our similarities and differences, building bridges. There are, as everyone is, I'm sure, aware of, there are incredible divides in society right now, be it religious, political, socioeconomic. I just think it's not sustainable. As I start, I just want to ask everyone to kind of think of one thing that you share with a mother in your life. It can be your own, it can be a dear friend, it can be someone you don't know, but what's something that you share with them? And then something that you learned from a mother that surprised you, that was unexpected, and that taught you something you did not know.
And I think that's a great questions, and I want to have you repeat them and
Okay.
invite our audience members to put the answers in the chat box. So let's have some fun with this. So if you could repeat the two questions, and to all of our Zoom roomers, pop your answers into the chat box. Okay, Maria, take it away.
Okay, thank you, Scott. What is one thing that you share with a mother in your life? It can be your own mother. It can be a dear friend. It can be a mother that you don't know, a mother that you have as an example in your life. And then what's something that you learned from another mother that is entirely unexpected? Whether it be a mothering tip or something that you realized about yourself. But what is something that came from someone that you didn't think you had something in common with? And you were like, oh, wait a minute, I recognize that in myself. Something surprising. Just start getting the juices flowing. I'm interested in in terms of birthing a new world, I'm interested in what a mother's love looks like across geographical, political, socioeconomic, religious, and generational lines. And this whole project began for me in 2017 when I had a miscarriage at age 40, and it was my first pregnancy. So I was a little stressed out. You know, they make you feel a little stressed out if you're over like 35. It turns out I had nothing to worry about, but you know. I was 9.5 weeks pregnant when the doctor discovered that there was no fetal heartbeat, and we were devastated and heartbroken. And I had the procedure that is standard after a miscarriage, a DNC, but somehow it wasn't all taken out. And several weeks later, on Mother's Day, I passed the rest of it. And I was in a whole lot of pain. And to alleviate it, I decided to take a hike with my partner. And I was in the San Jacinto Mountains, which is the desert in Southern California. And the sun was peeking out from behind the mountains. And all of a sudden, I had this idea. And it was like truly God's light. And like this idea was gifted to me, that I wanted to make a film about mothers and what we all have in common. And I was very clear that I wanted to figure out how to bridge gaps between women in particular. And if women bridge gaps, then humans bridge gaps. I never thought that idea of a film about motherhood and how our journey as mothers tie us all and all of humanity together inextricably. That idea would unfold over 8 years and guide me on this mission to bring not only women, but all human beings together. The world is so divided right now, and such intense cultural, political, economic, religious divides. And there are wars, there are famines. And in a time when technology and communication has the capacity to alleviate all this strife, I believe that in order for us to survive and thrive as a species, we have to intentionally evolve. We have to consciously bridge these gaps. We have to examine ourselves, and we have to find connection with other human beings. And I believe that we can start bridging all of these divides as mothers by recognizing, supporting, and uplifting other mothers. You know, as Marley said, women are over half of the population. And what would happen if we did recognize each other? What would happen if someone from another very unexpected place, if we thought, oh my gosh, she does that with her kids. That's amazing. She went through that with her own mother. That was her birth story. I recognize that. What would happen if we all recognized each other? What would happen if men recognized their mothers in women that they thought they wouldn't? You know, like, how do we find that? I believe that seeing all of this on film and bearing witness to these commonalities is a very potent medium, and that's my journey as an artist, is through film. Seeing these, again, these birth stories, the first moment we saw our own children, you know, like, oh my God, it's you, you know, these other threads are potty training, first words, first foods, and struggles as mothers and as parents as we go through any kinds of transitions together. It's seeing this on film and recognizing it. And that's where these seeds come from, these seeds for change, these seeds for connection with others. All of us humans, male and female, we also all have mothers. Mothers are the backbone of society, and we have to see and understand and lift each other up to evolve and unite. I'm creating this film because I believe that as a society, if we support women as mothers, support the position, the role, the job of motherhood, and uplift it and respect it, elevate the position of motherhood, it's viewed as important, and the true calling that it is or can be, that children's futures and the futures of those children, thus the futures of humanity, become important too. In supporting mothers and women supporting women, we are creating a new paradigm of culture, and one in which we can stand in our own power as women. as we are, and going forward as we are, and making connections, as you know, as Marley said, comfortable with ourselves. You know, it's another element of it, as who we are as human beings. We can make those connections and stand together sort of on the same plane, and I believe create world peace.
I'm going to come in
That is
for a
my
moment,
deep
Maria.
belief.
I'm going to come in for a moment, Maria, for a couple of reasons. First of all, Destiny did show up. So in a moment, I'm going to, Destiny, turn on your camera. She's only got a couple minutes. And I want to read some of the comments that have come in, because you asked a really wonderful, wonderful question. So I'm going to read some of the comments, and then we're going to go to Destiny for a little bit, and then we'll come on back, all right? But here's some of the comments, again, to the question about how you've been influenced by mothers. Dorina Joy writes, and Dorina's coming all the way from Ecuador with us. During the cancer healing journey of my mother, my father was so amazingly dedicated that he quit his job and turned into the most caring and loving mother to both me and my mother. 24/7. We literally called him our mama in appreciation and gratitude for his extreme care, love, and self-sacrifice. It's a beautiful story, Dorina. Susan Bloomquist writes, I remember when I had young children, I could not find words to describe what I did all day. There do seem to be social descriptions of the tasks of childhood. Eleanor Joy writes, and we need to stop saying, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, right? Gerald Jerry, our wild monk of the Mystic Monastery, writes, reminds me of a funny story. The president of Mexico was asked about women voters when it was first allowed. And she said, all men have a mother. Absolutely. And Marley pointed that out. We all have mothers. We all come from a mother. So there were a couple of others. Carol Craig writes, my mother is 93 and she's doing very well. She still serves the community by volunteering for an organization that serves people of poverty, and she drives old people to their appointments. I love that a 93-year-old is driving old people. You gotta love that. We are sharing our lives now, and I'm her middle child, so it's a special time. Susan writes, Susan Bloomquist, we have like 3 Susans. I'm really appreciating the idea of a film on motherhood because this topic could use some light. So you've got a fan there. Eleanor Joy writes, for my mom, one time she was extra kind to me, and this was rare, thus very precious. Many, many other comments, and I'm really appreciating all of your comments, everybody. Thank you for that. And let me see if Destiny has, there she is. So this is kind of special. This is like a little extra bonus. Destiny, our program tonight is all about birthing a new world. I'm going to bring up your friend Marley Benedicto, who's my co-host. And I know you two know each other. Destiny, I had the honor of performing her wedding ceremony way back when. She has since birthed 2 beautiful children, but she's doing something really cool that I've been supporting in my own little way, and I would like for our audience to support. So Destiny, as part of birthing a new world, doing things that are unique and new, which is certainly who you are, tell us what you're up to.
Thank you. Thanks so much for letting me just pop on here. I've had a busy day. I just finished teaching a morning retreat, somatic voice, and I'm going over to a performance in 10 minutes. I'm a musician, mama, and a past model. And what I've been doing lately is this modeling competition through Maxim. And it's been really edgy, coming from now my life as a very spiritual person, a role model in a lot of ways for people. But I was in a 15-day meditation course, and I got the really strong guidance to go through with this competition that it would be the most healing, integrating thing for me as a person, and also in that world of form to bring spirit, to merge the two. Because I know in the spirituality world, a lot of the times where I know I've been in denial of my body, and it's really caused a lot of health issues, actually. And so my motto is that my body is the extension of my soul light, it's the extension of my starlight. And to celebrate beauty and celebrate that we can be multifaceted beings. I've stepped into this competition and I've been doing very well. I'm in the semifinal round, and I've just been having a huge amount of support from so many people, which has been very healing, coming from my past as a model and not feeling that support when I was back in my early 20s. So I just feel really grateful to have this opportunity to bridge worlds, to say like yes to natural beauty. We are beautiful as we age, and we don't need to change anything about how we look to radiate star essence out of us, and that it's safe and it's fine and it's great to celebrate the beautiful, healthy bodies that we get to reside within as our temples. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity to come on and share with this community, Scott. Thank you. After
Well,
all these years, Scott and I know each other for like 15 years.
yeah, we go back. I was telling them about the time that there were 4 generations in one of my online retreats. You had your daughter, your mother, and your grandmother all there, and it was really cool to have 4 generations of women in your lineage all together.
Yeah, so special.
So here is how we can all support Destiny. She's in first place, you guys. So Salty Mermaid, I guess, is a brand, and they're looking for their brand campaign model. Destiny is competing for it. If she wins, she gets a $30,000 cash and a trip to LA for a photo shoot. She's currently in first place. I guess there's different levels. But please, everybody, I just put the link into the chat box. Just click it and you can vote for Destiny. If you feel so inspired, you can do what I've done, which is you can buy additional votes. You can buy 10 votes, 50 votes, 1,000 votes. And so a question, when we buy the votes, does all that money go to Maxim or does some of it go to you?
No, it won't go to me, but Maxim through this competition is giving a large percentage of that money to whatever the winning fundraiser is. They have 4 different fundraisers there. One is for cancer research, for breast cancer, and one's for childhood cancer. One is for a pet adoption center out of New York, and there's another for veterans. So whichever the winning model chooses for her campaign, there'll be a percentage of that going towards the fundraiser. Well, and they can vote every day. So it might feel a lot of friends are putting on a little timer and they're like, oh, time to vote for Destiny.
I've done that. I've been voting and buying extra votes for you. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Destiny, I'm so proud of you. And I really, I would love for you to win. That would be really wonderful.
I want to sing you guys one line of this song I'm going to be performing tonight.
Please do.
My body, the extension of my soul light. My body, the extension of my starlight.
Wow.
And for all of us to remember that we are embodied stars and we get to play in this realm.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to bring up your friend Marley. I know you need to go in a moment, but Marley, anything you want to share or add?
I love you, Marley.
Love you so much. I just voted for you. Oh my God, congratulations. And how much integration, how much courage to take all your personalities and be like, here it is. So I just really hope that you're winning this one, babe, all the way. Thank you for coming in here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love you.
Can't wait to see you again. Love you.
Best of luck, Destiny, and let's stay in close touch, okay?
Love you. Love you.
I love you too. Have a good concert.
Thank you. Thanks. I'll
Yes.
post it on my Facebook if you guys want to watch it later.
Yeah, please do. Please do. All right.
Destiny Love. You can find me there. Okay, bye.
We will get back to Maria during our Q&A. We're going to have a Q&A period. But I know Noelani needs to go next, so we'll go to Noelani. And I want to remind everybody, by the way, just to kind of prepare you, that tonight we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do our prayer time at the end of the main body of the show. And we're actually going to stop the recording, and we're going to have a longer prayer time where we can really, and this, by the way, Dr. Laura had made this suggestion. So Dr. Laura, we're going to follow your cue and have a little afterglow party where we'll have a longer period for prayer. And any of you can bring and state a person or something that you want us to focus our energy on. So we're going to have a little bit more of a focused, energetic prayer time. Just want to put that out so you all can plan on staying a little bit longer. And with that, I'm going to turn back over you to Marley to introduce Noelani.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wow, we have like the whole Hawaii crew. I just want to say thank you to Maria for sharing your beautiful story and the inspiration behind your movie. I can't wait for the Q&A to show a clip of your trailer so that we can go even deeper. And we will definitely be coming back to you, sis. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
And now we have Noelani coming up, Noelani Love. I will never forget the first time I saw Noelani. She was at a Manifest, and she was just this beautiful, light, tall goddess singing with a ukulele. And I was like, what is happening? And there's just sweet families, all kinds of people like sitting on the grass, and everybody's leaning in to be like in your glow. And you show up with so much glow. You just give so much of yourself, and yourself is so wanted all the time. And it's through your music, it's through your beautiful jewelry. I'm wearing your earrings tonight. It's through your sister, like bringing your sisters together through ceremony and through your workshops. So thank you for coming here tonight, for being with us. And I know that you need to go spend some time with your family. But before you do, would you just bless us with your vision for this new world?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this invitation to be here. It's an honor and a pleasure to be on this call with everybody and to be a part of the birthing of this new world together. My name is Noelani Love, and I am a Native Hawaiian mother and songstress and jewelry designer. And I love to empower women to be embodied in their innate divine feminine essence. And I work in a lot of different capacities, and one of my favorite offerings is supporting women as a labor doula. And for those of you who don't know what a doula is, it's a woman that supports another woman in labor, but not necessarily in a medical fashion. We're more there for emotional support, helping them get into different positions. And the way I got into this work as a doula is I gave birth to my son, Aukai, who is now 17 years old, in the comfort of my home. And the raw power and intuitive nature of the sounds that were moving through me really awakened my own personal voice and activated my soul's purpose of supporting other women in finding their voice. And a lot of that had to do with the ceremony of birth really being a way for a mother to discover her power and really step into this righthood, or this passage of this ritual really and ceremony from maiden into mother, as she delivers her child, and really step into the power of her voice, to step into her intuitive wisdom. And just like, a flower when it's blossoming and it's growing towards the light and shining in all of its glory, a woman's body is the same, and the yoni is a sacred portal to the life that naturally opens when it feels safe and when it feels capable. So I love to inspire women to feel safe and comfortable in their birthing process. And a lot of that is through bringing in conscious sound into the birth process to really transform that idea that birth has to be painful, right? Because we're all conditioned to think that birth is traumatic, it's an emergency, but actually it's this natural physiological process that all mothers have gone through. And so when we transform that idea that birth has to be painful, but we activate the sound in our bodies to explore and experience pleasure during the process of birth so that the future generations that we're birthing can enter the world without trauma. And I think this is a huge part of this conversation of birthing a new world. Like, how are the babies being born? Are they being born medicated? Why do we have so many problems with addiction or not feeling connected? Or why do we feel abandoned? Because maybe the babies are taken away right at birth and put on the scale or wiped down, you know? So there's this whole conversation about birthing a new earth and the way that we birth our children. And so I've been on a really beautiful journey of following my heart in my studies after giving birth to my son. I've studied with Deborah Pascali Bonaro, who's the founder of Orgasmic Birth, and Robin Lim, who's an amazing, renowned midwife and the founder of Bumi Sehat Birthing Center in Bali, Indonesia. And I've also trained as a yoga teacher. I'm a hula dancer, and I also study Hawaiian Oli, which is the ancient Hawaiian traditional chanting. And I'm also a Ho'oponopono practitioner. So I love combining the ancient wisdom with modern day practices to support this birthing of a new earth and connecting the heart with our voices so that we can really express ourselves from a place of unconditional love, which a lot of that happens through finding our voices, singing our soul songs, and doing the Ho'oponopono practice, which is the practice of unconditional love and acceptance. And as Marley was talking about, like really just seeing everybody, seeing each other, you know, for all that we are. And so I think it's really important that we use this tool, this free tool of our voice that all of us have, that is inside of us, and that we remember that our voices are powerful. And I know there's so much shame around the voice because my favorite offering that I'm teaching right now, it's an 8-week online course called The Vocal Awakening, where I support other women in exploring their voice, learning how to sing their soul songs, how to let go of shame around their voice, and also play the ukulele. And you know, when we let go of that shame and we love ourselves for who we are and we accept all of our stories, all of our past, and who we're becoming, and we get to sing these songs and share our stories and accept our voices and accept who we are through the power of our voice, that ripples out to the collective, and it has the power to change consciousness on our planet. So really loving ourselves and finding the beauty within each of our voices and the unity and the harmony that happens in this process. So I've witnessed many of my clients and my students. My dog's wagging his tail right now. I don't know if you can hear him. Hi, bud. um, yeah, I've been witnessing so many of my clients and students who've worked with me feel the shifts in their lifestyles, their daily choices, and overall mentalities, and starting to write their own songs and starting to sing to their children and bring the family together in song, which is so important to like find that unity, those spaces of togetherness, right? And when we're singing together, it's so powerful and it's so beautiful. And so bridging that gap into the birthing process where we can really find that power of the voice and let it move us and transform that shame into pleasure and into joy in this birthing process has been such a beautiful thing to witness and to support. Especially as we transition from maidenhood to motherhood and really like finding that power of our intuitive wisdom as mothers and stepping into that role to speak our truths as mothers and to honor, you know, our child's needs and let go of those toxic cultural or societal or even familial patterns that have been encouraged and repeated. So it's been really fun to witness all of the shifts, especially in the Ho'oponopono practice, of people really accepting themselves and even their family members that maybe have caused trauma, and really acknowledging that we're all doing the best with all the tools that we've been given in this lifetime. And so that full acceptance of our voice and opening up our hearts to really love ourselves fully, to sing our soul songs, and to recognize that our voices are powerful and can help in this process of really birthing this next generation in a beautiful way to shine their light and blossom into this life. So it's been a really beautiful journey. I'm so grateful to be here. And if you do feel like doing a quick little Ho'oponopono practice with me, I'd love to invite us to do a little mini version of what I offer. Do we have space and time for
Oh,
that?
absolutely, Noelani. I would love that.
Cool. So I have my ukulele here. Let me just check the sound. See if you can you hear the ukulele? Can you hear my
Yes,
voice and ukulele at
sounds
the same
good.
time?
Sounds
Great.
good.
Okay, so I'm going to invite everybody to place your right hand over your heart. In Hawaiian, we say the pu'uvai, which means the hill of water. So you place your right hand over your heart, and then your left hand over your na'au, which is the space of your gut. You know, it's like right below your belly button. It's that place of your intuition. And so placing right hand over the heart, left hand over your na'au, and just taking a deep breath in at first. And a big exhale with sound. Let it out. Tapping into the power of your voice and inviting another deep breath in. And a big exhale out with sound. Let it go. Letting the shoulders drop and the face soften. And we'll take one more round of deep breath in. And a big exhale with sound. And we'll sing these 4 lines of I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. We'll sing them to ourselves first, and just loving ourselves fully as we are. And remembering that we are perfect as we are, accepting ourselves fully. So I'm going to invite you to imagine yourself as a little child. Maybe you're an infant. Maybe it's the 3-year-old version of yourself. Whatever version of that little inner child, a little boy or girl, and seeing yourself, visualizing yourself there. And then from your higher self, from who you are today, imagine singing this to that sweet little child inside of you. And taking a deep breath in. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. And as you continue to sing these words, visualizing that sweet little boy or girl, and just letting them know they are so loved, they are perfect, they are accepted and seen and witnessed and supported in the best way that society, our family, that our communities know how to do. And that we've chosen to come down into these human bodies, these spirits, in these meat suits, and recognizing that we're here to learn how to come back to love, how to return to unconditional love always. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. 3 more times. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. 1 more. I'm sorry, Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Taking a deep breath into your beautiful heart, loving yourself fully as you are, for who you are today, all that you've been through, who you have been, and who you're becoming. Loving yourself in this moment with a deep breath in,
Mm.
big exhale out.
Mm.
Thank you all so much for going through this practice with me.
Noelani, what a gem you are. And let's all send her twinkles and appreciation for sure. Big hearts, all those good things. And Noelani, do you have a website that
I do, yeah. So my website is noelanihawaii.com. I can type it in the chat for you
yeah,
all.
type it in the chat and then I'll click it and we'll take a look at it because I want to have our people watching on YouTube and Facebook see it as well. There it
Thank
is.
you.
So,
Yeah. And I also have a lot of music, a lot of original music on all the digital streaming platforms such as Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, etc. This is my jewelry design website, and then there's also the if you can sign up for the email list to get 10% off your first order. And then there's also the opportunity to work with me. And you can take my vocal awakening course is we're currently in our session right now. It's the 8-week online course. And I'm teaching women how to play the ukulele, and they're writing their own songs. And these are women that have gone from like, I'm so ashamed to sing in front of people, to writing their own music and singing in public and expressing themselves fully and feeling really confident. And as I mentioned before, each of us has a beautiful voice. It's just about learning how to utilize it and share it, and to express the sounds that want to come out of our hearts that can ripple out to the collective and really change the consciousness. Because the music that we're listening to right now is so important, because that's programming our brains, and that's what's running on repeat in our minds and our hearts. So as Tatiana shared her beautiful song earlier, how do we sing these songs that are going to shift our own vibration along with the people around us? Yeah.
beautiful. Noelani, thank you. I'm so glad you were with us tonight. Thank you very, very much. It was beautiful.
My pleasure. Mahalo.
Yeah, thank you so much, Noelani. Is Falcor still right next to you?
Yeah, you want to see him?
Please
Bubba,
say
come.
hello.
Bubba, come say hi. Come
Mr.
here.
Sweetie Pie comes everywhere. Yeah, just so much love here.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi.
Nothing. I was just taking a nap.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I mean, it's just really beautiful work that you do and that we're talking about in the show in general, which is opening the voice. And when a woman opens her voice, she can open up her body and she can open up her sense of safety and her self-authority. And so it's so important. And thank you for sharing about your work. Thank you for sharing your music.
Mahalo. Bless you all. Aloha.
Thank you. And I'm really, really excited. This is like the perfect lead in to our next guest, Emily. Um, Emily is a pelvic health expert and she has her own practice in Portland, Oregon. And when I first met Emily, we were living in Hawaii on a community, like a regenerative retreat center. And I just saw her helping community member after community member like get in touch with their body, get in touch with their pelvic area. And I was fortunate enough to receive a session from Emily, and I just remember the work was so deep. When I went to dance the next day, it felt like I had a totally new womb. Like it felt like I had a crystal palace inside of my body from whatever she did, which she'll talk to you about. And so for me, it was obvious that bringing Emily onto the show, who is an expert and a medical practitioner that helps people go from completely debilitated states to reclaiming their life. The examples she was giving me yesterday that I'll let her share herself are mind-blowing. And why wouldn't every single person want to be in touch with their vitality, their joy, their body, and their sense of happiness? So Emily, thank you so much for coming on tonight. It's really beautiful to see you here, and I can't wait to hear what you have to share.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Emily Marolis. I'm an occupational therapist in Portland, Oregon. And oh gosh, I had a wild roundabout journey into finding pelvic health as a specialty, but I've been practicing as a pelvic floor therapist for about 8 years now. I started a solo practice about 5 years ago, and we are now 9 at my clinic. I love to celebrate the business side of that. I think, my talent in business is one thing, but the need, people are craving connection to this area of their body. And we just have so many self-referrals all the time and referrals from other providers that understand that this is like the middle of your body. There's so many connections to ambulation, so all the leg muscles, the hip muscles, your abdominals and core. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that and educate a little bit about that, because even understanding the basic anatomy and having a couple tips and tricks can transform people's lives. So I'm super passionate about educating and just bringing little bits of information to anyone that's interested. And yeah, I've started a clinic, and we do all kinds of types of treatment. So we're all body workers. We do massage, manual therapy to anywhere in the area, the ribs, the abdominals, and we do internal pelvic work, which can be super helpful for, like Marley said, just opening up the body. Um, and yeah, just a little bit about me and my background. I um, always knew I kind of wanted to be an occupational therapist. I've worked with people with disabilities for a long time, and I'm a traveler, I'm an athlete. So I had a lot of experience in flexibility, contortion, and I was also a competitive swimmer, and I'm a circus artist. So I've always been really interested in movement and somatics in general, like um, finding healing through movement. And so I kind of dabbled a little bit in different areas. I trained with different people like chiropractors, massage therapists to understand the anatomy in the body. And I became a yoga therapist at a pretty early age. And I actually had a cohort in that time period that were several women with pelvic pain conditions. I had several women that had either endometriosis or things like vulvodynia, so incredibly painful vulva or vaginal area. So they were having pain with sex, but they were curious about different releases or yoga postures to actually help with congested blood flow, and to just kind of mobilize the pelvis and experience freedom from pain. And then in 2009, I think it was, I had the opportunity to go to Guatemala, and I'm so grateful to have heard from all these women birth workers tonight. It's so inspiring to hear about your work. And when I went to Guatemala, I happened to meet a Mayan indigenous woman that was a midwife undercover for years. She was practicing undercover when it wasn't legal for her to be doing her indigenous practices. And I got to learn and train with her for about 6 weeks. And I witnessed 5 birthing ceremonies. And these were incredibly transformational to be a part of and to witness. The practice that she does, it actually starts before she starts working with the birthing mother. She'll have a dream about the baby spirit, and hear the name. And then typically that mother finds her and she's aware of the birth already, which is incredible. Um, and then she follows them through the whole pregnancy, supporting them with different movement and strengthening. And then as it comes closer to the time of the birth, she forages in the forest and woods and finds different healing plants and starts soaking them for the actual ritual of the birth. And then once the mama births the baby, they allow enough time for bonding with the baby and healing and rest. And then they set up a temescal, which is essentially a sweat lodge. And the Mayan woman brings the woman in and allows her to rest and lay in the temescal while she gives her deep uteral massage. So she's doing deep pelvic organ manipulation to kind of like bring the organs back into alignment after the birth and just provide nourishing touch. And community members are welcome to kind of cycle in, and there's lots of singing and yeah, a lot of vocalization. And when I got to witness these ceremonies, the energy would rise and fall, and the woman was welcomed to scream and cry and sing and essentially just grieve her body transitioning and grieve. Like, I loved what you said, Nolani, about the maiden to motherhood, sort of stepping into that portal with that community support and support of moving the grief. So when I got to experience that practice and those ceremonies, I was transformed myself. I was so inspired, and obviously compared to what I had known about the birth experience in the US and other cultures, I was like dumbfounded that there was so much support and so much transformational holding. So soon after I got back, I really pursued a lot of that type of training, more training in mobilizing the organs in the body. And that's one of the primary things that we offer as pelvic floor therapists. We know how to work on muscles, we know how to mobilize joints, we know how to prescribe exercise and get people stronger, but there's also a ton of connective tissue in the body that's supporting the organs in the pelvis. And so that was an incredibly inspiring experience. And I just essentially eventually found that this was a medical specialty. I had known about people doing sexological body work and different types of work, but I hadn't known until pretty soon after that experience in Guatemala that it was a medical specialty. So I got inspired, and my vision of birthing the new world is, number one, supporting all birthing women to have support during pregnancy, preparing for that event, and really supporting them in having partner support or whatever else they need. So we certainly connect those folks with doulas and midwives and practitioners to support whatever birth experience that they want. And then we're also musculoskeletal experts. So we support people. And actually we had a 3-hour in-person labor and delivery course at my clinic today, supporting women in practicing different laboring positions, birthing positions, and teaching them how to properly birth, lengthen, bear down. Because what we find in the clinic is often people tend to like squeeze and pull in when they're in pain. So we teach them the techniques of breathing, yawning, sighing, singing, making those guttural noises. And the partners also come to that workshop to kind of like understand, prepare, know how they're going to advocate for their partner in the different phases of labor. So yeah, we have this beautiful clinic in Portland. We host events like that, and we have online content for birthing people and their partners and families and units. And we treat all kinds of things, honestly. We work with folks that have any kind of bladder, bowel, and sexual dysfunction. And actually, one of the other ways I got into pelvic floor therapy is I worked with end of life care. So I worked with older adults that were having incontinence and no longer independent with toileting. And so we work with all sorts of ages and all kinds of underlying conditions. And I did want to share a story about someone I'm working with currently. I'm working with a 51-year-old woman who has a condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's a connective tissue disorder. And she had actually seen someone else in my clinic for several months. And then that practitioner left, she moved away. And so I took on her care. And when she first started coming to the clinic, she was crawling around her house, like so much severe low back pain and pelvic pain that she would function a little bit. She might be able to get to work, and she's actually a mental health therapist supporting so many other people. And then when she would get home, she would be crawling around her house because she was in so much pain. And when I met her, I just had this really clear intuition. I knew that she had she's from India and had a very abusive marriage relationship and experienced sexual, physical, even genital mutilation to her vulva, which is super sad. And she ended up kind of opening up to me in the session about it. And I just had this really strong intuition. She also has this condition called vaginismus, which is her muscles spasm. So when you try to put something in, like penetrative sex or inserting a tampon, everything just closes and tightens. And it's actually a super common condition. And she has that, I think, because of the trauma she's experienced in her pelvis. And I had this really clear intuition, like, I think today's the day that we need to actually do some release work. So she started opening up to me about that sexual trauma. We started talking about, well, what would that look like if, I supported you in touching the outside of the perineal area and starting to stretch those muscles. And she was like a full yes. She's like, yes, I feel it. I'm ready. I know and often if folks come to us with a lot of sexual trauma, we won't do an internal treatment for a long time because that can bring up a lot of emotions and it can unpack a lot of stuff for folks. But she was a full yes. So we ended up doing a session where we worked toward just stretching the very, very opening. And she got off the table and she was in 10 out of 10 pain most days, like 8 to 10 out of 10 pain, crawling around her house. It had gotten a little bit better working with my other practitioner. And then we did some actual release to the pelvic floor muscles. She got up off the table and was out of pain. And it lasted for 4 days. And she found so much freedom in her body, was so excited. And what we've been working on, this has been a few weeks, it's like she'll have no pain and then it starts to creep back in and the muscles start to tighten back up because that's essentially how her nervous system has programmed her muscles to be. And so we're working on her treating herself and doing some mobilization at home. And now she has pain. It comes back a little bit, but the growth and the transformation that's happened and how much of her life she's gotten back. She's even considering dating and having intimacy again, which has just been completely off the table for many years. She's had tons of urinary symptoms like frequency, urgency, pain with urination. All of that is gone. So anyways, I bring that story because so many folks, when I talk about what I do, they pull me aside afterwards and say, actually, is this normal? I'm peeing every 45 minutes, or it's painful when I'm having intimacy, and I thought that was normal, or ever since I birthed, I'm in my 50s, but when I had my last third birth when I was 25, ever since I've been having leaking when I laugh, sneeze, cough. So these are really, really common, and they're very, very fixable. We do a lot of different treatments. And yeah, the first step, and something I wanted to share, just little bite-sized information, is actually becoming aware of that inner core system, which is the pelvic floor, and doing a diaphragmatic breath. So a lot of people also talk about diaphragmatic breathing with belly breathing, and I'm actually going to instruct it a little bit differently. So if anyone wants to do this, I would love for you to join me. It's just a super helpful technique, and I call it 360 breathing. So, and by the way, I didn't say this, but the pelvic floor is a set of 14 muscles, and it kind of lays in the bowl of your pelvis. So you've got your big bones, and you can actually feel them if you kind of like find your waist and where those bony parts stick out. These are called your iliac crests. And if you press on the front, there's bones that kind of stick out on the front. These are called the ASIS bones. And then you've got some in the back called the PSIS bones, the posterior ones. And then I'm going to have you scoop your hands underneath your sits bones. So the sits bones are the big knobby bones. You're going to sit your hands underneath your butt and just rock forward and back and side to side until you feel those big knobby bones. And then you're going to take your hands away. And you might notice that you can still feel those bones now. They're planted on your chair, on the floor, wherever you are. And that's a really cool technique called proprioception. It's our brain knowing where our body is in space. So we just kind of use that technique like, okay, that's where those bones are. And then I want you to see if you can travel your mind's eye to the space between those sits bones. And that's where your pelvic floor lives. So it's kind of like in between those sits bones, and then in the front is your pubic bone. The back is the sacrum and those PSIS bones. So you've got like this bowl, and we've scooped underneath, and we're feeling that space. So we're feeling that space in between called the pelvic floor. And then I'm going to have you take your hands and put them on the sides of your ribs. And the ribs, inside the ribs are the diaphragm. And the diaphragm and the pelvic floor are like opposite parentheses to themselves. So we're going to start with this part first with the 360. But your hands are on the sides of your ribs. You can still kind of feel those sits bones that you're sitting on in the space in between. And then you're going to take a breath and move your breath into the sides of your ribs. I'm kind of showing on the screen. Just try to take a couple slow, deep breaths in through the nose. And as you breathe in, you're going to inflate the ribs and kind of inflate that diaphragm. And then the 360, because these two are meant to work together, but oftentimes because we sit a lot and we pull in and we tighten, or we've had physical or sexual trauma, we can squeeze in or suck in the low abs, and we actually kind of shut off this connection. Similar to, we have a diaphragm in the throat. And when you open this one, it can open this one, and vice versa. It's the same thing with the pelvic floor as well. So as you take a few breaths into the ribs, the sides and the back of the rib cage, I want you to see if you can kind of like travel your mind's eye down and feel a little bit of an expansion or an opening in between the sits bones. And when you exhale, it might just feel like that pressure deflates a little bit. So it's like a balloon. We're inflating that balloon 360 all the way down. Great. So something I just wanted to share, it's a super helpful thing. We teach it in almost every first session. I've had people come in with pain that leave without the pain they were having just by getting some mobility, some movement to their pelvic floor. The pelvic floors can get really tight and sticky and stuck, and it may have shut off from getting some range of motion and movement, which will potentially result in like stagnant blood flow, tight muscles in the area. So we're just kind of like pressurizing, moving some relaxation down into those muscles, which helps move a ton of blood flow and oxygen. Thank you so much for having me. I've talked about my clinic a little bit. The website is vibrancypelvichealth.com.
Can you put that in the chat box and then I'll pull it up?
Yeah, of course. We do in-person visits. We also offer telehealth. I also have a website called pelvichealtheducation.com. And that's courses for both providers that are interested in pelvic health, interested in specializing, but also patients. So there's kind of more bite-sized information that you can learn a lot, and that can transfer to your own life or to people that you know, and then for providers that are interested in training in pelvic health.
Fantastic. Okay, there it is. I'm pulling it up so we can all take a look at it. And Emily, you're wonderful. Just so appreciating what you're doing in the world, all the people you're helping, and providing some immediate information for our people. So for those of you watching on YouTube or Facebook, it's vibrancypelvichealth.com, vibrancypelvichealth.com. And this is where you can learn. And do you work with people by Zoom, or does it have to be in person?
We do both. Yeah, we work telehealth as well. Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, that makes you applicable for 99% of the people watching. Please stick around. People do have questions. We're a little bit well past our midpoint, so we're going to go to Tatiana for our mid-show song, and then we're going to come back with Q&A. We're going to take a look at part of Maria's trailer, DR, maybe you can go through, track some of the questions that have come in, and I'm going to turn it over to our beloved Tatiana. Well, I noticed, Tatiana, you're reaching out because you also are getting ready to make life.
I haven't talked about this a whole lot, but I do feel a spiritual child very close to me all the time, actually, for a number of years. And my partner and I just got engaged. And so definitely contemplating this life phase deeply. Actually, I think about it a lot. And it's been an amazing call, honestly. I feel like I've learned so much from each of the women and feel so connected to this story of motherhood. And I have a lot of fear about it, to be honest with you. My body went through a lot. I've talked about this on the show before, but I went through a 7-year chronic health issue crisis, really, that was completely debilitating. And so there's a lot of questions for me, like, is my body capable of this? Can I actually bring life into the world? I have healed so much and I'm so much stronger, but there's always this sort of question. But I'm very, very grateful to the conversation I just heard on pelvic health. I want to look into that, and the resources that Noelani shared, and just the story also that Maria's bringing forward of how motherhood connects us all. And I've been in, the study of the feminine for the past few years, and really connecting to these ancient cultures where motherhood was revered and reverenced, and where God was God was mother. You know, it was for many thousands of years, God, how we think of God, was the goddess, was the mother. We were all born from the womb of creation into this world. And when God was a woman, you know, there's that amazing book by Merlin Stone. We had such a different relationship to each other and to the earth. And so I'm all for, I mean, I'm not saying down with men at all. I love men and cherish them, but this bringing back the sanctity of motherhood and the feminine aspect in part in creation, I feel is really, really important. I actually have a song. I wasn't planning to share this song, but I've been so inspired by all the women that have shared that I'm going to share this song. Can you hear me now? The balance?
Yes.
'Cause, Scott, you were saying my guitar.
Let's do a quick test of singing while you play guitar.
Okay. Sisters, let us gather. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, good. So I wasn't gonna sing this one, but I'm so inspired. So I do have the lyrics here just in case something goes wrong. But this is a song that came through not long ago, actually, and it's one of those songs that came through in like one complete download, and I was weeping. I was just absolutely sobbing through almost the entire creation of this song because it felt so much bigger than me, honestly. I felt like ancient grandmothers just communicating to me through this song, and women's voices and women's pain, but also our beauty and our sisterhood and like all that's been lost, but that we're recovering. It was just like, it felt very ancient and also for this time. But yeah, so I'm very excited to play it for you all. Sisters, let us gather as we've done for centuries, to tell our tale and share our stories and unlock ancient memories. We feel the wounds of the past, but our hearts speak of a time to come. Let's gather round the sacred fire and beat the resounding drum. We are the goddess. We are her flesh and bone. We are the goddess, walking each other home. We hold 1,000 tales within us. Our bodies have endured it all. We've gathered since time began, back when God was a woman. Our hearts hold our grandmother's cries. They hold our daughters' hopes and dreams. We are the weavers and the healers. It's time for us to become leaders. So beat the resounding drum. A new age has come. So beat the resounding drum. A new age has begun. Oh, We are her flesh and bone. We are the goddess walking each other home. We know a way to heal the waters. We know a way to live in peace. We know the path if you'll listen. It's time for the soft to lead. We are soft, but we are strong. We feel deeply and we know how to hear the earth's wisdom, how to guide our hearts home. Maiden, mother, and crone, walking each other home. The cycle is unbroken. Our hearts have spoken. We are the goddess. We are her flesh and bone. We are the goddess walking each other home. So beat the resounding drum. A new age has come. So beat the resounding drum. A new age has begun.
Oh, Tatiana, that is the perfect song for tonight. Just perfect. And the comments are flooding in. Susan Woolridge writes, I'm feeling the need to sing this song along with you, Tatiana. Yes, walking each other home. And Carol Craig riffs on that by saying, I love the idea that we are walking each other home. Dr. Laura writes, Tatiana, this is a stunning song of sisterhood. Thank you. Susan Blomquist writes, what an awesome song. And Carol writes, this makes me think that your women's circle just might be right for me. Noelani writes, wow, that took me to the deepest healing space of the goddess. Mahalo, I'll bring Noelani up since she's one of our presenters. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it feels really special to share it here. I really have been so moved by the feminine power on this call, and it's taken me really deep. And yeah, I was not even thinking of this song. I haven't really shared this song, and so it feels really special to share it here.
If any of you want to share anything, well, I have you all on camera about the song or about how it touched you. Don't be shy.
I just want to know where we find it, Tatiana. Like once again, I'm brought to tears. It's just so much sweetness. And I love how you opened up with the vulnerability of your personal story. Like, yeah, the transition to motherhood is scary, and negotiating with your body on that path is like a part of it. And it's just really sweet of you to bring that here, because it lets us all slow down and recognize all the million things that there are in life to be considering. And thank you for that beautiful song. I'm just so happy we're all here tonight.
Beautiful. Well, I'll read a few more. After when we go on, maybe you put the lyrics into the chat box, Tatiana. Dia Therese writes, Tatiana, I'm listening to you as a 30-year-old in my 80-year-old body. Wow. Grace writes, what an extraordinary, inspiring song. Kathy writes, I felt that deeply. Thank you, Tatiana. So very beautiful. A reminder that
I think Noelani's got her mic open. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Yeah.
Noelani.
I'd love to share, if possible, if there's space.
Yes.
I just want to share that I'm sitting at my grandmother's home in Honolulu, where my mother was raised and where my great-grandmother raised her children and my family. And I'm here for the weekend because I've moved to Maui and come back to this space where I spent my summers as a child. And my cousin let me come and hang out in his zone, and I'm watching the sunset over this beautiful island home. And your song took me to the most beautiful healing space because there is so much trauma in our ohana as Native Hawaiians and of Chinese ancestry from the sugar plantation industry coming and witnessing what's happening right now with the Native Hawaiian community being so sovereign in their understanding of who they are and the leadership that needs to come from the women, myself being one of them, and really activating that within me through your song. So I would love to just feel that in my body more and receive that download and sing it through my own vessel because that was magical. And it took me to a very beautiful space where I was able to feel all of it and really come to a space of deep understanding of unconditional love on another level. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah. I have a vision for this song, and I'm going to just plant the seed here. Maybe it will birth into something, but I really want to, it's not recorded anywhere, but my vision is to record it with women, like a lot of female voices, and like all of us singing it together. And so I don't know how that would happen, but like I'd love for you to be on it, Noelani and Marley, everyone here. Like that would be I would just I'm just planting that because yeah. This song I don't feel like I'm supposed to sing this one by myself. This one feels like it's meant to be sung by the sisterhood. So.
And I'm learning how to produce music right now. I'm taking a course with online, all women, female musicians. It's so cool. There's going to be, this new wave of feminine producers coming in.
That's amazing. Maybe I gotta fly to Hawaii and produce this song with you. Okay, just putting it in there.
I got the setup. The studio's ready to go. Come and visit me on Maui. Let's go.
I'm in on this. We've got all this. We've got it all right here.
Calling in the prayer. Thank you.
Destiny on it too, eh?
Beautiful. And I love the idea of bringing in some of the other evolutionary leaders like Hannah Bork, Maggie, both are beautiful musical artists. So I love that idea, Tatiana, and let's make that happen. Absolutely. I want to share also one of our Zoom roomers sent this, and it is, you're talking about your bodies, all of you are talking about bodies as temples. So this is from Autumn Sky.
Autumn Sky is coming to stay with us just in a few days. That picture is hanging on my wall right now.
Well, how's that for synchronicity?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's courtesy of Ayada, who's in our Zoom room, and sent that. So here we go. Well, thank you, Tatiana. We have time for just a few questions. We're actually, we've already had so much, and I think what we'll do is let's go to back to Maria, and have her share a little bit about her movie, because I know people have been asking about it, Maria.
Okay, I'm just going to share my screen and I'm going to let the film speak for itself.
Okay. What's the name of the film?
It's called Mama.
Okay.
My name is Farah. I have two beautiful young children. I was born in Congo and raised all my life in France. And then I came to the US later on. Love, um, I think it depends on the cultures. Um, I think it's an umbrella term to define how we care for someone, and it means for me that I was loved here because um, I was fed, I was talked to, or someone listening to me as a child also would be a form of love.
My name is Michelle, and I have two children. I think I was holding on to this fear around just not even just my mother and sisters, but like my grandmothers that I've met. They just all seem to have really rough lives. And I think that maybe there's a part of me like holding on to the trauma of those women that I was afraid to pass on to the next generation of women. But I feel like I've done so much work to heal, and I'm in such a better place of like, I feel more confident about raising a girl that won't have these traumas attached to her, and a woman that will be free. And it was actually just a couple weeks ago too that like I realized that I'm gonna have the opportunity to raise my grandmas and my mom in a different way. All my all the women in the generations before, like I'm getting a chance to raise them again and to give them a life where they have a choice and they'll have the tools like they won't feel helpless.
My name is Carol Marie Farrow, and the name Carol came from being born in December, which I always thought that was so lovely, being a Christmas carol. My parents told me that, of course. Then I have two children. Well, I was also, but I guess I just felt he was a little over the top. And come on, let's be clear. These are lovely, wonderful, and I love them. But a lot of other kids are lovely. Everybody thinks their kids are the best. So.
Oval, Alohilani o Tihiriakala, Kaima Kini Te Huloa, no Kialakikua o ne Hanao, no Hoao Ma Niuli Kohala, no Laila no Kohala ko Umauna, no Vaikane ko Ukahabai, no Keokea a me Hapuna ko Ukahakai. There were many Hawaiian families that fought for the protection of Mauna Kea from the very beginning. 30-meter telescope went through. And so in 2015, they were set to build on the mountain. And a huge group of us heard about it, and we all rallied and we camped. We had a vigil up on the mountain. It felt like 3 solid months of being up there on the mountain, preventing construction. And it worked. They haven't gotten to build it yet.
Where were your children?
They were right next to me the whole time. At 9,000. I think it's 9,500 feet where we were. It was amazing. We were there for a higher purpose. It became apparent that we needed to live like our ancestors in a sense, just interact with each other like our ancestors and like really care for each other. But she always loved the beach and the land, and she would always just take us to the beach anytime. And I think just having that a part of my childhood early on allowed me to develop this real deep love for the land.
That's the
Beautiful.
trailer for what will be an entire film or episodes, depending on the amount and type of content that I end up with in the end.
Beautiful. And I want to let people know how they can reach you. Her website is, again, her name, Maria Biber Farrow, and there's a dash on the website, but there's not a dash in the URL. So it's Maria, Maria, Biber, Biber, and then Farrow, Ferro.com. How do you pronounce it? Is it Bieber?
Bieber.
Bieber. Okay. Maria Bieber Farrow .com. And if you go there and then just click contact, that's how you can reach out to her. You can email her and put in your information about if you're looking for people to actually be still part of the film. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still looking for people. I'm still in the process of putting everything together. I have a lot of material, but I still want more. Right now I'm working in North Kohala where I am. But yeah, I'm eventually expanding globally.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, I'm going to bring all of our presenters back up again for one last time. We're going to kind of wrap up because I promised them would be done by 8 o'clock. Where's Emily?
I'm just going to do a plug here. I'm like, Noelani's an amazing mom. She's local. She's a bridge doing a lot of, she's talked about so much there. I'm like, maybe she's one of your mamas.
I've been taking notes.
Maria, thank you so much for bringing us back into the trailer there. And I'm curious, what is it that you're looking for support with this? Because it sounds like you're still in the step of it.
Yeah, I'm still developing the project, and so I am looking for mothers. I am, and I want to go forward with interviewing as many people as I can. I'm also looking for funding, just so that I can do the whole thing properly, just in terms of supporting me as a filmmaker, supporting anyone that I need to hire, any marketing, any promotion. So if that's something that you're interested in funding the project, I do have 501c3 fiscal sponsor, so it could be a tax deductible donation.
So exciting. Well, I'm already thinking of a couple introductions I want to make you. Hope Medford, who we were hoping would be able to be on the show tonight. She's another incredible Hawaii birth doula, the creator of Manifest, which is a gathering of all women facilitators and performers right there on the island. She would be ideal. So thank you.
Mahalo.
Yeah. And everybody, thank you, thank you, Noelani, thank you, Maria, for coming tonight as guests and just for really shining your light and sharing with us how you are showing up in your divine feminine leadership and supporting the birthing of a new world just by being who you really are and by being in service the way that you do, by being true to yourself. Scott, I think that you said we're going to go through one last time and just have everybody share how.
Yeah, absolutely. And is your best website still your name, marleybenedicto.com?
Yeah, my name's so my website's marleybenedicto.com, MARLYBENEDICTO. And really my enthusiasm for this is just supporting people and waking up their visions, waking up their voice and feeling so safe to come all the way into their body so that they can own their vision and they can own their voice. And this can be such a pleasurable experience coming back to life at any age, no matter where you are. I have people coming to me that are saying, I've got like 15 years, like rocking left, and I don't want to miss a single minute. And how can I create more fulfillment, more connection, more intimacy in my life and my relationships? I know that there's more, and I want that. I feel that. To incredible women who are like, I have this vision, I have this dream, I have this goal, and I know that I'm standing in my own way, and I want to get out of my way. And what it comes down to is just how can we support each other by getting out of our own ways and falling in love with ourselves, falling in love with our vision. And again and again, I heard so much heart in this space. I heard so much support in this space. And it sounds like so much of our gifts came from the medicine of our own healing journey. And so that's what I really love to do, is just help people, because nobody wants to be alone when they're, you know, in the shadow, when they're in the crevices. We all need a helping hand. And, you know, God knows I've had many helping hands. Thank you. People on this call have been a helping hand. Thank you. So just an honor to bring you all here tonight. And yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going in any way that these powerhouses can be a resource of support. And Tatiana should be up on the screen too right now. I don't know where you at, girl. Obviously
I
doing
want
this.
to remind a couple of last times just about websites.
Yes.
For the pelvic floor work, let me come back to that one. For Emily's amazing work, and thank you again, Emily. I really enjoyed, well, I enjoyed everybody's presentations. Anyway, if you want to follow up with Emily, it's vibrancypelvichealth.com. vibrancypelvichealth.com. And if you want to follow up with wonderful Noelani, her website, I had it here a moment ago. That's Marley, Tatiana, Marley again, Maria. Oh my gosh, I've got to go find you again now.
As you find me, if I could just share a quick little something. So my name in Hawaiian is Noi Lani, and I wanted to share the meaning of Noi Lani. Lani in Hawaiian is heaven, and Noi is mist. And so when we say Noi, everybody say Noi.
Noi.
Thank you, love. Yeah, there's a lot of Noah Lani, which changes the complete essence and the vibration of the frequency of the word and what it's meant to be spread. And so Noi, again, is mist, and then Lani is heaven. So Noi Lani. Just wanted to invite you all to say my name correctly. Thank you. And I love
Thank
you.
you, Noi Lenny.
Yes, Noi Lani.
Sorry, one of the first people I met on the island was a Noah, and just it's
All
so
good.
sorry
All
about that.
And her website is her name and then Hawaii.com.
Yes.
NoelaniHawaii.com.
Yeah, and you can think of joy funny, but Noi Lani. Joy funny, Noi Lani.
Ladies, thank you so much. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to conclude with a final Tatiana song and then end the recording, but do a little bit of prayer work. And so thank you all. What a beautiful, beautiful opportunity to be with each and every one of you. And thank you for what each and every one of you are doing to create this awakening world, this birthing into a new world. Thank you. Tatiana, you're up.
Okay. Just putting it on speaker view so I can see all your beautiful faces. So full right now. So this song is called Warrior of Love, because I think it takes a warrior heart actually to be love in this divided world, to choose to embody this new way of being. And I see all of you as these light beings, these light warriors, and all the women today who are embodying this courage and this beauty and these truths and bringing them back into our world. And it's also an invocation, like an activation to really remember the strength of our warrior heart so we can even more powerfully shine this light into the world. Warrior of love, do you remember why you came? Warrior of love, awaken to your true name. Set your heart on fire and let it burn. Warrior of love, we are waiting for your return. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Warrior of love, you have been hiding for too long. Come into the light where you belong. You've been training for this your whole life. Step out of the shadows and I'll come rise. You can sing this part with me. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Warrior of love, do you remember why you came? Warrior of love, awaken to your true name. Set your heart on fire and let it burn. Warrior of love, we are waiting for your return. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya.
Laura put it really well. She writes, Tatiana, I could listen to you sing forever. Timelessness and sweetness of your music is sublime. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Such a joy to be here. And yeah, my women's circle is coming up December, I think it's the 7th or the 6th. It's a Sunday. And it'd be a joy to have you with us. It's going to be a very deep journey into the body, to connection with the earth and the feminine. I've led the Oasis Circle now for 4 years. Each time it's kind of evolving and shape-shifting, but it's really a healing sanctuary for us to be together.
Thank you so much for providing that. I'm imagining some of our people are going to definitely join you. And Tatiana, you is just such a gift to our Global Peace Tribe, to our Connection Field Tribe, to our Unity Earth Tribe. Thank you so much. You're really just precious. And give my best to Mark. Thank him for being such wonderful.
I will.
Beyonce now.
Yes.
Congratulations on that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. All my love.
Well, I'm going to make just a couple of quick announcements, and then we're going to go into our prayer time. But I want to let people know, I always like to let people know what's coming up. And on Wednesday night, first of all, it's the return of Omar Shah. He'll be back with us from England. Good Lord willing, that his travels go well. And it's going to be a beautiful show, all about the Pleiades and Arcturus. Marguerite Rigoglioso will be talking about the Pleiades. Eden will be my co-host. And Viviane Chauvet, who is an Arcturian hybrid. She's been on the show. They've all been on the show before. It's going to be a really fascinating show. So if you're curious about those two star systems and the relationship to our planet, I'm sure many of you perhaps perceive that you have some sort of a soul connection to our galactic family. That's what the show is going to be all about. I also want to remind you that we're doing a special event, and I hope that you'll all register for it with the registration link into the chat box in a moment. It's going to be an afternoon of giving thanks to music, comedy, and inspiration with Cornflower, Swami Beyondananda, and myself on Sunday, November 30th. That's the Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend. Please do join us. You can go to globalpeacetribe.com and get register there for it. And I'll also put the registration link into the chat box. And then a week from tonight, I don't have the poster done yet, but a week from tonight, it'll be another Soul Search evening with more psychics and healers, and possibly Kalina might be joining us, which would be really, really fun. So that's what's going to be happening a week from tonight. I'm going to stop the recording and really open it up that for tonight's prayer time, I'm going to bring up, of course, Desiree and Diara to get us started. But if anybody has a specific prayer that they'd like to put into the circle, just raise your hand. It's easiest if I see you do that. You click the little raise hand on your computer. That brings you right to the front, and then I can call upon you. If you have your camera on, I'll put you on camera. If you don't have your camera on, you can still just, I'll call on you and you can use your microphone to share what you'd like to pray for. I'm going to turn over to the two of you.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everyone. What a beautiful, touching, tender evening, and yet so ripe with what we're bringing through. And in this tender space to acknowledge that birth, death, rebirth isn't always joyful when we're letting go of what was. We talked about going from the maiden to the mother and letting go of parts of what was to make room for what's becoming. And in this collective birth process that we're going through, having the ability to hold space for the grief of what we're letting go of, while we're also ushering in what's yet to become, and honoring that space, that sometimes jagged edge. And I can feel that smoothing over as we're being with that. And I can feel the joy and the expectation rising for what's coming. And we're going to turn that over to our beloved Desiree.
Thank you. I really love the topic tonight, the birthing of the new world. In my personal meditations, I've spent a lot of time with the galactic planners, the ancient mothers, even that ancient mother womb, and doing some cleansing and clearing for the collective on that. And so all of what we're saying just really resonates with me because I can feel the new world coming. I can just feel that it's here and we're clearing out what we need to clear. When we talk about, that pelvic restoration, I felt that in the ancient wombs. I felt that in the womb of the collective and how we are restoring that. So quite beautiful. And I feel us bringing in that joy, that happiness, that sacred heart and the energy of that unconditional love. I feel that as well. So I'd like to just tap in really quick before we start the specific prayers and just begin to bring in more of that energy. So just go ahead and take a nice big breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. We are here with you to the knowledge of the ancient trees, the expansion, Ushikapaki serege serege surugore seragara siragarata siragarata seraga. Ushigarakate saraga siragare siragare sugurega siragare surugore siragara saragasa. So we're clearing that area around us, our auras, our environments, our homes, even our neighborhoods, and we're making room for the new to come in. Ushikapaki serege sere surugo siragare siragare surugore siragare siragare surugore siragare siragare surugore siragara saragasa. Ushagabaki Sirage Sirige Suragara Siragara Siragara Siragasa Ushagrasa. I know we talked about the birthing of the new world and we talked a lot about that womb, but also bringing in that male side of it, the seed side of it as well. Ushagaraga Siraga and clearing of that and cleansing of that. Ushagabaki Siragara 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 Surube Siragara Siragara Siragursa. Hearing that tapping on the heart and the heart just waking up that heart.
And loving that void within the male body as well, that space of creation that exists there as well. So beautiful.
Yeah, very beautiful. So I know there's a lot of comments that have came in about prayers.
And hands raised.
Yes. So I'll come on in for a moment here. Whoops, that was supposed to be me. There we go. I don't know who that is. Oh, Robin, I didn't mean to bring you in, Robin. Apologize for that.
There we go.
There we go. So a reminder that as we do prayer, as we're focused, that each of us can really tune into our higher self, our God self, in whatever way is true for you. But don't ever underestimate your own personal power, your own ability to shine the light of love, shine your light of healing, shine the light of your positive visualization. And we'll go first to our wild monk of the Mystic Monastery, our beloved Jerry Anderson.
I'm reminded that Meister Eckhart, who lived 1,000 years ago, a Christian mystic, said, if in your life your only prayer is thank you, that will be enough. And tonight I'd like to hold to the Creator's hands one of our dear sisters that we know here on the tribe, Anasuya. Hallelujah. And bring her joy and blessings and strength and courage to go through whatever she's in her experience.
Thank you. And I've put her picture up. Thank you, Jerry, for remembering her. And we do love you, Anasuya. And thank you is a great 2 words. And of course, you all know I love maximum grace. Maximum grace for Anasuya. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jerry. And Grace Denise, what would you, you don't have your camera on, so you can just speak to us. We'll go to gallery view. And what would you like to share, Grace?
So I would like to ask for a prayer for myself and my own healing into full mobility and freedom from pain, and a great prayer for our world for the miracle of loving understanding and mutuality, overcoming all division and egotism and fear.
Beautiful. Maximum grace for Grace Denise and for our world. Absolutely. Dear Therese, I'm putting the spotlight on you.
Oh, I can take the light. My prayer is to wrap all of our hearts around Sylvia, to let her know that we care. That's it.
So remembering our beloved Sylvia and sending her love. Do you have any kind of report of where she is or how she's doing?
I do not.
Okay.
I haven't heard. I write her texts from now and then to not from now to then, but no.
Okay. Well, wherever she is, maximum grace for our soul sister Sylvia.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, thank you. Ayara.
Hi, thank you, Scott, for this. I would like to request prayers for my son, Sonny, who probably most of you remember was in the hospital and nearly died from a blood poisoning several months ago. And he had to have several toes amputated this summer. And he's been in just excruciating pain. And, you know, the medical system doesn't seem to give anything for pain these days. So he's been just, you know, really kind of almost coming undone from the pain. So yeah, would just like to request prayer for some relief from that for him. Thank you.
Maximum grace for Sonny. Maximum grace. He saw, let's see, we got Leonardo. Dr. Laura writes, I would like to put into the prayer circle my friend Bonnie M. She's having multiple health issues, but still has a lot of life in her. Blues singer in Chicago. So 100% radiant, perfect health for Bonnie. Let's see if there's anyone else. Well, I'm going to ask for a prayer for myself. Yeah. I really would love to find a way to stay on this land that I'm living on, the Kind Hearts Ranch. I've always been blessed to live in beautiful places, but I've never been in love with land like I'm in love with the land of the Kind Hearts Ranch. So I would love just for you to all hold the vision that at some point in the near future, I'm announcing that such and such happened, and I'm able to continue to live on the property and to fulfill the vision for the Kind Hearts Ranch that my good buddy, Lucky, and I have, and for to also expand out with whomever else comes in to share this vision and to make it their own. So maximum grace for the Kind Hearts Ranch, for Lucky up in heaven, for Scott here on the earth. May we attract the perfect people to make that happen. Thank you, everybody. I can feel your love. I can feel that. It's really beautiful. Thank you. Well, I'm going to go to gallery view and let me know if you like doing this prayers this way at the end. And again, thank you to Dr. Laura. It was her suggestion. And thank you, everybody. What a beautiful show. And may we all continue to play our part in birthing the new world, this awakening world. And I look forward to seeing all of you, hopefully, on Wednesday with the return of Omashar and Eden, Marguerite, and Vivian Chevet. It'll be wonderful.